Good morning, everyone. Okay, it's probably not morning for you, but if it is, I'm a skilled player. Anyway, I'm here to yap about dtide. This is just gonna be an overview of my clears and what I managed to do. I'll yap a bit about the investment and maybe a bit about the mob fight, but it's not gonna be that informational. Rain probably already has some kind of dtide guide for this, so if you actually want to learn what the enemy's intentions are, what they do, how you can prep for them, you should probably look there. But with that out of the way, let's just go into the 5 clears. You can see I don't have them here because I was affinity farming on wave 3 for like way too many rounds. If you go here, I have a slight issue. Yeah, that is a thing you can do if you are tired. You can just affinity farm, but I would not recommend doing that. Anyway, this is wave 1. You can see it's Kathigula. I'm running the Alpha Wheel plus Land of Non-Existence because I don't really have Alpha Wheel plus 12, so I can't double stack a wheel, unfortunately. And I kind of like Alpha Wheel. Anyway, there's Tint for the crit rate buff. I've been trying out this Chains Unbound thing because I figured it gives damage up and maybe you can play the 3 cost, but it's just so difficult to find the time and place to play the Tint cost. It already feels like so tight on Aerith. So this Tint, so what this ended up doing is just breaking my deck cycle, which is not really a good thing. I don't know, if there was Aerith Injector, maybe I could see this, but like, doing this off base Aerith, I don't know if I can see, I don't know if I believe in it, after my experience. Clementine, I just have a random SR wheel because I can, and Horla, big DR wheel 200 Keyflare, and also this Sorrel wheel because I figured, what if I just want to crit do one of the stages? I'm not even sure if I crit on the one time I used it, but don't worry about it. Oh, you can even see, oh, look at this. So you can see my calf did most of the damage. Surprising. Wow, it's a calf comp. I don't know if it's true that I did 69,000 shield, but don't worry about it. It's kind of nice they added it here anyway. I just learned this. So I will add some context. I went straight to the boss. You probably should not go straight to the boss, but I figured I might as well try it. And also, I didn't feel like dealing with the mobs, because some of them had 100,000 HP-ish, like each of the first fights. So I was just like, you know, what if I just go straight to the boss? Anyway, normal turn 1. The thing is, you could reroll turn 1, so you have like better cards. That is a thing you can do. I go in red stance because it is a stance, and I like having a stance active. So yeah, so this Lily unit, let me just mute the volume a bit. I don't know if it's getting too loud, but yeah, this Lily unit, pretty much what she does is sometimes she summons pustules. You don't really have to worry about debuffs, but this person will give you weakness after the 3rd turn. This is something I learned after yapping with a friend. But yeah, her mechanic is pretty much this 159 thing. If you deal enough damage to her, she will start defending instead of attacking, which is pretty powerful. I saw a G Murphy clear, which basically relied on getting her into that state every single turn so that she wouldn't attack. And that is a thing you can do. This is the relic. It applies poison, equal to 20% damage. It's really not that relevant, but it did do some good amount of poison for what it's worth. 1400 damage. the Clem card. Of course, if you want to mitigate damage, you have to go into Ultra turn if you either stay out of Ultra turn or go into Ultra turn this turn. Because pretty much, like Clem has a talent that if you go into Ultra turn, if you use one of the stances, it'll either give your team Aliamus or it'll give your team Aliamus or it'll give you Keyflare. And they'll just remove the stacks. So if you want the defensive debuff, you have to do it in Ultra. Or not go into Ultra. Anyway, my calf team is almost dead. Don't worry about that. I'm sure nothing bad happened. How much crit do I have? 18. Oh, I have 45 next turn. 1845. I think I should build crit rate a bit more than I do. But it should get better after I have Portal Wheel on cap for what it's worth. Playing cards. Hyper Flare. Oh yeah, that button. 48. Because it didn't crit. And also I don't have vulnerable. I wonder how that could have happened. But yeah. Slime conversions. Wow. That's a pustule. This clear is so scuffed because I'm already on 30 HP. I'm sure like there's some things I could have done better, but yeah. This is I mean, of course, like when you actually do play the calf cards, and if you go and get your relics before the fight starts, you have your plus 20% shielding relic. Like you're gonna do a lot better. But in either case, I still phased quickly, which is a very important thing because I didn't take the art. And like this poison relic, I don't really like it that much, but it did 10k so far on the main units, which is not bad at all. I think I'm trying to... I was trying to burst this turn? Did play the 3 cost? I'm not sure. I did break the shield, which is a very important thing. She heals double her... She heals double her shield as HP. So you kind of don't want to keep her HP too high. Or keep her shielding too high. So it converts into bad things. Oh, this is also a different kind of... This is also a different style of calf I've been trying. I see style as if it's sufficient cope. But it is a different style. Next word. I haven't played calf enough to like know what in particular I like. Strike to protect. 1300 damage. And I mean the... What's it called? The threshold isn't that bad. It's 190,000 damage. Like most carries will be There are so many carries that can regularly do that amount of damage. But like, if you're new, of course, or if you have 503,000, yeah, after that crit, it's over. Of course, she gets her shielding. But like, I remember that. It was so funny how it just randomly died to a strike. Of course, I'm running Alpha Wheel, which buffs Cap's strikes and defense. But I was not expecting that. Anyway, she heals a slight amount. I still have one more DR ready. So yeah, it's pretty chill. You see, I only took one DR while I was playing this kind of hybrid style. I made it to turn 15, don't worry about how that happened. I'm sure good things happen. I don't know. I think it would definitely go better if I had a few more resources, but also I don't think Lily's that challenging of a boss, so it could be a skill issue on my end. It's probably both. Anyway, you just stack the cards for infinite Fiamma, and yeah, now she's dead. 293. So that's how my wave 1 clear went. This was my wave 2 clear. It's Pollux Caster. I'm playing the version that tries to one-shot because I cannot care about blocking in 2026. You will see. Well, first of all, I procced DR once, which was pretty lucky that there was a line to do so. I definitely shouldn't rely on it, but yeah, sometimes you get lucky. The thing is, for this run, how I got this Astrolabe is I had to not heal HP for it. And I feel like that ended up being a mistake, because I couldn't take that much chip damage because I had so little health. And the thing is, if I had more health, I would be able to set up my turn quicker so that I can have my Ultra Space at 3 and I can just go into Ultra Turn and just do a way bigger combo than I did during the fight. But it was still enough to kill, which is fine. It's not that, I mean, it's a pretty chill comp, but you do have to be careful. I can't do 1x. So here I'm just setting up the Sacred Hearts. You can see I'm setting up Sacred Hearts. You can see my Ultra Space started at 1 and now it's at 2. That is not really a good thing. I believe the stance discards all the cards, so I just had to play Cleansing, which was kinda bad. But what can you do? Then this is turn 2, I decided to burst here. Starting with Sacred. I don't know why in particular I started Sacred at that point, but you know, a line is a line. Don't worry about it too much. But yeah, I double played there. Did a lot of damage, I guess. And I got to play it one more time. Yeah, so my thoughts is that if I had first of all, maybe I should build more DR so I could take one DR at least. I could easily switch out my Caster Cup to Burial Grounds and it would take care of most of the issue. And the second issue is, like, you can see, like, I'm not that far from killing. I just did, I also did like 1.7 million in a turn, but like, if you don't count the, but yeah. It's a pretty having Arachne in the comp is a pretty powerful boost. And also proccing DR is a very powerful thing. I don't think I did the setup that well. Like if I had it on 3, I would be able to play another cleansing after that. And it will just, I know it'll go really crazy. Because I also have some Sacred Hearts and I'll have some Sacred Hearts in my Ultra Space. And maybe even an Arachne Strike Defend. I felt like it. But yeah. You can see, like, I had to test the DR, which is not the worst thing to say for a comp. Just Pollux Arachne is just a very powerful combo. By the way, we are not going into draft phase. This Arachne unit. Anyway, this is wave 3, alert 5. Let's just look at the charts. Apparently I did a good amount of the damage, because I'm a skilled player. It's just the tentacle damage. Princess of Delusion. It does half the damage. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, this is wave 3, alert 5. This is what I usually do. Have G Murphy with her Emperor wheel. I've been using my calf wheel here. Miriam, it really depends on what I'm feeling. I felt like Deathless Ascent today. And I think I had the arm wheel free, so you know, you use it if it's free. Free as in I haven't used it in any other teams. Anyway, it's this unit, Serpent's Rand. So yeah, the more cards you have, the less damage he will do. It's pretty chill. Still white stance here. I could have probably played like one card, but it's fine. Oh, Steve. So pretty much, how I've been usually doing these is that I rouse G Murphy turn 1, and if you don't get a good setup to rouse G Murphy turn 1, you just restart until you get a good setup. But yeah, pretty much if you rouse turn 1, I'll start, like the life steal stacks will start counting since turn 1. And when they get to 5, it's a very big spike in the amount of sacrifice she applies. That's pretty much the theory behind it. And the theory is also that wave 1 is not that tough. So usually you're able to stall 6 turns. This barrier turn doesn't matter that much, by the way, because we have tentacles, and tentacles just break the barrier really easily. But yeah, pretty much I'm gonna have 2 uses of white stance. So that's chill. The more cards you have left, the weaker the enemy's attack. So I still have to survive for 2 more turns. So I just try to make this attack weak. I proc 1 DR. Only stagnation. All I have to do is not die to sacrifice. So I just Tulu Exalt for the... Oh, okay. I forgot this is turn 6. First turn. So yeah, you can see, like, they already took a lot of damage and I haven't played my Waltzes yet. I have not played my Waltzes. So, I mean, of course, if this was a 2-phase boss, you'd probably play the Waltzes first so that the Tulu Pierce goes through immunity, but it's a 1-phase boss, so we don't care about that. But yeah, pretty much, this is the theory. You do it on turn 6. See that 547k stack? It's pretty much how you go through phase 2 without worrying about it. But yeah, this is usually what I like to do for my Lemurian team. Just spend them in wave 3. Because I already have Pollux Arachne, I have Double Muchet. I have a calf team, which is probably a good team. Yeah, don't worry about the 1DR. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I still need to do some more testing with calf. See how good she is, but I'm okay if she's just like a easy wave handler. That'd be kind of chill. This is dtide wave 4. Afumza can get annoying with the freezes, but just don't get frozen to death. I will say this is Carol, so having these portraits for the additional alien is kind of big. I also have this Guardian hand. Let's just look at the damage distribution. How's it my turn? You can see. Wow, 5 million per turn for 3 turns. Sorry, 500,000. Now that is called being a skilled player. But yeah, you kind of have to do this because, what's it called? If you don't handle things quickly with this version of Muchet, which doesn't have sustain apart from Aegis Exalt for 1 turn of no damage, if you don't do things will end up very horribly. You can see. You're gonna have to watch at 1x speed. Every single thing I do is important for real for real. Okay, so the thing is, what's it called? Like, I like Aegis OE, but I'm not trying to spend the Scion of Purity. And I'm also not trying to waste the stun. Because presumably we get to phase it. Just use the cards, it's pretty chill. Feed Aegis. Don't feed Aegis. She's already gonna get fed 15 alien miss end of turn. It's not that important. You feed someone. Anyway, Bitter Frostflame. This is the point where you play the card TM. You can see Aegis is a bit away from OE. And now she has OE. I copy Mortal. 25% final damage bonus. Hellet button. I mean, when you're doing a combo like this, you kind of have to just hope that your key cards don't get frozen. Which is kind of annoying. But you'll deal with it. Anyway, back to Frostflame. Again, for every frozen card, plus 136, weakness. Oh, sorry, just plus 136. So, okay. So that was my one mandated DR I was allowed to take. And of course, you're allowed to do more if you're struggling, but anyway. Hellet Exalt dispels weakness, which is a kind of broken effect. Ice Exalt on the Mortals, I guess. Yeah. It's pretty chill. Oh, they're dead. But yeah. First one, don't get skill issued by luck. First thing, and second thing, like, I think I had to go over a few. I triggered DR somewhere earlier, but it's not that important. The important thing is that you clear the stage. Also, these wheels are not very good on dice, but you know, it worked, so no one can yap. But that's why we bring DR wheels also. This is wave 5. You can see DR triggers 4. I wonder how that could have happened. Pandia is just here for the counter remove. Ramona is here for being Ramona. She can exalt back one of the Machette cards, and she also provides a ton of key flare. Lotan is... Okay, Lotan's not that good, but let's actually see how much Lotan damage did. It's possible that Lotan was not a strong contributor to the fight. Usually when you have Lotan, you wanna... I mean, it's also because it's well Machette. Like, Lotan you usually want to save for those 1 HP bar fights, but I'm too used to bringing her into my team, so she just welcome anytime. She didn't really contribute that much, but we welcome her anyways. But yeah, pretty much this is a really good relic for Mono Chaos Machette, because most of the time, if you rouse, rousing Machette will get you 90% of the way there. You also might need to posse. I also have this Tawheel SR wheel, which is really good for my team. I put some art realm mastery here, why not? But yeah, let's look at the Machette damage by turn. It is possible there are better teammates than Lotan. Possible. I'll probably, well, if I knew this was the damage chart, I would probably replace it with Hamel. Which is good, I guess. See? One of her effects is that whatever alias you prep, you only get half of it, which is yeah. Why is it paused? Hey. I think I picked the posse. I usually like starting with Alfred because it gives more realm mastery, and realm mastery is more alias on posse. So it's a pretty nice loop. But yeah, it's just crazy. These mobs, I decided I'm just gonna take DR here. Nothing wrong with the DR. Okay, there's nothing wrong with 1 DR, but these do not die to these. These do not die to these counter. Wow, remove all enemies counter. I might... That's pretty much all I use her for. Unfortunately, I'm not very much of a Pandia fan. But yeah, these silver keys, there's no reason I need to use them right now, so I'm just gonna chill. Voracious, just summon some Machette cards. Oh, Pizza Maliamus, why not? DR trigger number 2. Again, with this Machette team, it's completely fine to take DRs. In fact, you might even be expected to take some. But the important thing is not if you take DRs, it's how you take them. You have to just make sure that you take a lot of reasonable DRs. Like you're not gonna have to DR 10 times or something. Anyway. Pressing the posse button. It's kind of broken. Plus 24 alias on Exalt. or on posse. It's kind of broken. This lay unit, by the way, if you see this lay unit, you should be a bit careful. Because she makes it so like every single mob gets a shield, including the boss. It is the turn after, so sometimes it doesn't matter, but or if you can just burst in one turn, but it's just better not to gamble it. Richet exalt. Even the exalt does a good amount of damage. It's kind of crazy how that works. Mountains resolve Richet, longer combo. There's not really a set time to use the cards, but I think I used crit rate because she fell out of April threshold. Probably true. We can just check. Yeah, her crit rate's 92 now, so she fell out of April. Anyway, you play cards. Again, the plan is going to be Shining, Fetch Mortal, Shining. Also, you can see I took a 62% DR, so it's not completely clean, but sometimes you have to live with it. It also plays vulnerable when I do that. Shining. And they are dead. So yeah, that was basically what I did for dtide. First, the thing is, like, some of these picks were probably not optimal. I mean, Muchet, it's really hard to say Muchet is bad, but with Mono Chaos Muchet, I could have probably bought Hamel instead of Lotan for a better clear, but it still worked out. It still worked out. But yeah, you just have this base set of characters, or base set of teams, and you just fit them where it's reasonable. That's how I usually do it. By the way, this team, by turn, seems a bit suspicious. Anyway, that's probably gonna be it for now. I hope that some amount of this yapping is helpful, whether it's the process of how I'm thinking about these teams, or I don't know, the mob fights. Maybe you just want to hear some yapping. That's probably gonna be it for now. Unfortunately, I don't really have that much content I want to make. Unless you want to see Sacrifice Hellet, my favorite. Oh, don't worry about that one. This one, they Ogier taunted me. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Bye everyone.